You must create a good leadership with the players, which is an accepted leadership, not the leadership by power, not the leadership by status. Make everybody feel part of a group, and I'm one of them.
Why should one man be able to change the mentality of a whole team?
Because he wins. He convinced the player that match by match we were better and better.
Now Snyder, back into Milito. Chance for into Milan. Milito!
Don't forget, English and Italian soccer, they've been competing in European trophies for many, many, many years.
Diego Milito, fantastic run. Oh, wonderful goal!
No one's ever won a treble, either of these countries, until Inter did it and we did it.
The last minute when you feel you are European champions, the joy of the players, of the fans, of the president, being this match, the last one with Inter Milan, is even more emotional.
History for Inter Milan, the first Italian treble winners.
What's he doing? This is a man who is no longer acting. I know he knows there's a camera there, but there's something about this that is movingly genuine. His bond with his players is extraordinarily emotional, and it works both ways. They feel a love for him that I've not heard expressed about any other managers.
I was crying because I was saying goodbye. Lots of players, the last part of their career, probably with the last chance or one of the last chances to win that competition. It was an incredible night for me, probably one of my best nights in football. I think it's the best way to leave a team and to leave a job is to live that way, win the Champions League and leave.
Jose Mourinho was named FIFA Coach of the Year for 2010. UEFA awarded him nothing.
I arrived in Real Madrid after 10 years of being manager in top clubs in top countries, and after my great experience in England and in Italy was the kind of challenge and the kind of club that I dream with, yes.
The first thing to be said is it gave him a chance to have a go at Barcelona, to borrow a phrase, to knock them off their perch.
They have gone for this galactical thing. It seems to be an important part of how they view their club. I don't think that sits well with Jose. You know, I think he prefers his own work ethic to be the shining light of the club.
The objective is not to coach Real Madrid. The objective is to win with Real Madrid. I want my players to think the objective is not to play for Real Madrid. The objective is to win, especially against Barcelona, that is an incredible football team.
Mourinho's first El Clasico brought a 5-0 humiliation, his worst defeat as a manager. Barcelona were heading for another Spanish title and another Champions League, unless Mourinho could inspire another semi-final upset.
If he continues, say Pep, I would say, hey Jose.
The mind games worked their magic.
En esta sala, él es el jefe, el amo, es el que más sabe del mundo. Yo no quiero ni competir ni un instante. It's the first time say Pep. If I say Pep, I say Jose.
But on the pitch, the meltdown belonged to Madrid.
He lost it.
He's sent him off.
Completely.
Mourinho's been sent off as a result of his conversation with the German officials.
To play in your own half when you're Real Madrid is crazy.
Here's Messi. Away from 2, 3, 4. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
And then he comes out and compounds it by making possibly his most ludicrous allegation of all time, is that there's a conspiracy between Barcelona and the UEFA to make Barcelona win the Champions League every year.
Real Madrid has always been this club that has been a gentleman. It's been always seen as the example club in Spain and also in Europe. And he kind of disagreed with this behavior. He thought he was the one making the rules, and a lot of supporters didn't like that.
When you live on the edge like Jose does, at times he does live on the edge, and sometimes you go too far over the line.
I don't think it bothers Jose that. I don't think it would worry him. The thing is, he's in the result industry, he knows that. It's results that count.
In April 2012, a Mourinho team won at the Nou Camp for the first time. Real had outclassed their rivals, breaking records for points, goals and away wins. Jose Mourinho became the first manager in history to win league titles in England, Italy and Spain.
He's basically said, this is our 11, that's your 11, we'll play you at football and see who wins, and it's working much better.
It has got the Galacticos, but it's not overloaded with them, and there is a work ethic there that transcends itself to a successful team. And I don't think Real Madrid have always had that in the last 15 years.
Hello. What's your biggest strength?
I think it's love for family. That's the engine of everything. Everything I do is for them. After that, I'm Catholic. I believe in him. I try to be a good man, so he can have a little bit of time to give me a hand when I need.
When you hear him talking like that, you realize that this is a man with a very complex brain, a man whose complexity makes him exciting.
What about the way that the sprinklers came on at the end?
Yes, interesting. He's thinking very hard.
To clean our blood.
He never relaxes during these interviews. His eyes are doing these lateral movements. His whole life somehow comes to a peak at these moments.
Blood on the pitch.
Is Jose Mourinho the manager, as opposed to Jose Mourinho the person? And they are two different people.
I never found him arrogant.
He came in with a personality, and it was just a personality.
I think he's very self-confident. He has a lot of self-belief.
Nobody asked me my team. Do you want to know my team tomorrow? So why don't you ask me?
What's your team tomorrow?
It's too late. I'm sorry.
The boasting of Mourinho, I'm the special one, is a kind of joke. It's not to be taken seriously, and anybody who does take it seriously is missing the point.
Why do you think Chelsea have suffered so much since you left Stamford Bridge?
Because I left Stamford Bridge. No, I'm joking.
Is the man you share a glass of wine with after the game the same man as the one?
No. It's definitely not. There's a definite difference there. I mean, when he comes into my office and he can take a joke against himself. That's what I like about him. You know, I give him a lot of stick. You know, I give him plenty of stick, and he laughs it off. You know, no, he's got a good personality for that kind of thing.
If you ask my wife or my kids if I'm the bad guy or the good guy, they will say I'm the #1 guy in the world. I agree. Everything was very, very, very fast for me, but I can cope with that. I don't change because of that success.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I sleep perfect.
Last month, Jose Mourinho returned to the city where he made his first iconic impression on English football. Manchester City hosted Real Madrid on a relatively understated night for the manager. Real advanced from the Champions League group stage to move one step closer to ending that wait for a 10th European Cup. The next challenge for Jose Mourinho.
Yes or no, is your career incomplete if you don't win the Champions League for Real Madrid?
My career is always incomplete, and nobody puts pressure on me because I put pressure on myself.
There is no club bigger than Real Madrid. And European football matters so much to Jose Mourinho. He must, of course, win the Champions League with Real Madrid. In fact, if he doesn't, it'll be a black mark.
A failure?
Yes. Yes.
If Jose continues the route that he's taking at this time, he will continue to win. He will continue to win in different countries, and he will continue to win the major competitions in the world.
Yes or no, will you manage in England again?
For sure. For sure. In my whole career, everything was perfect. The only thing I didn't, and I hope I can do it one day, is to win a Champions League for an English club.
He says he will come back to England and manage. Can you imagine him one day managing at this club?
He can manage anywhere, absolutely. I'm not going to put any forecasts of what's going to happen to this club. I'll not last forever, that's for sure. And but Jose can manage anywhere, there's no question about that.
I'm proud of him, I really am. I see him with great pride. He's climbed up the steps of the ladder and he's on the top notch, and good luck to Jose.
You've won 48 trophies, I'll just remind you.
Is that all?
Jose Mourinho has won 21 trophies, 7 titles, 2 Champions Leagues and 1 UEFA Cup in essentially the best part of a decade.
In a decade, it's incredible that. How old is he now? Is he what?
He is in his 50th year.
50th year. So he's 20 years behind me. In that 20 years, he could, if he, in the same rate, he's going to add another 42 trophies.
At the current rate?
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
If I stop now my career, I can say, oh yeah, in 10 years I did this, and this. But I want to carry on. I don't wanna stop.
Mourinho will just get better and better and better as long as his brain gives out and his ego remains under control. Coaches get better and better. Ferguson's your perfect example.
I don't think he'll manage until he's 70 away.
He's told us that he wants to go on for another 15 years.
65. Yeah. Well, in that case, he would have 50 odd trophies. He's a greedy bugger.
I think he will be extremely driven to win the World Cup for his country, and you know, when that happens, when statistically, you know, he's the best manager that has ever been, then I think he will finally leave the game.
That's what he wants to be, remembered as the best ever coach.
He's on track for that, isn't he? There's no doubt about that.
The point is give everything, and that's what I do in every club, that's what I do every day, and that's what I will do till the end of my career. And because the end of my career is very, very far, I hope God give me strength and health. I'm not afraid to fail, I'm not afraid to lose. I want to be the best tomorrow. After tomorrow is another day.
Never look back.
Nah. Memories, very nice memories.